Okay, so for 10.7, number 35, you're given that the surface area of this sphere is 49. Now, what that means is that we can find out the radius because the formula for the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, and so we can just set that equal to 49. Now, what ends up happening here is you got to be careful with having this pi in this denominator and taking the square root of it, because we end up with r squared equals 49 over 4 pi. So when we take the square root of both sides, we end up with 7 over 2 radical pi, because square root of 49 is 7, square root of 4 is 2, and so we just have the square root of pi left over. So when we do the volume, our volume formula is 4/3 pi times the radius cubed, so that works out to be 4/3 times pi times 7 over 2 radical pi to the third. Well, that just simply equals 7 to the third is 343. 2 to the third is 8. Now, square root of pi to the third is just this. Square root of pi times square root of pi times square root of pi. But square root of pi times square root of pi is just pi, and so this just now equals pi radical pi. And so that might be the big part that was really uncomfortable for you on this problem. We can go through and do some simplification in this multiplication. The 4 and the 8 cancel out to put a 2 here in the denominator. The pi's cancel out, and so you end up with 343 over 6 radical pi. We don't like having a square root in the denominator, so we multiply the top and the bottom by square root of pi, and we get 343 square root of pi over, well, square root of pi times square root of pi is just pi, and so over 6 pi. And so our answer was 343 root pi, not root 3. I'm not sure why I wrote that, all over 6 pi.